Welcome, everyone, and thank you for attending today's unconscious bias training. Our goal is to create a more inclusive and respectful workplace by increasing our awareness of unconscious biases and understanding their impact on diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DE&I. Let's get started. Before starting unconscious bias training, let's recap on Toyota's global commitment towards Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, in order to achieve our mission of producing happiness for all. This commitment is reflected in our initiatives focusing on the well-being of the environment, society, and our employees. Our initiatives for working people mainly focus on three topics. Number 1, diverse workers are the true driving force of innovation. Number 2, to facilitate this diversity, we strive to provide safe, comfortable workplaces and work styles tailored to each individual. And number 3, Toyota seeks to create an environment where everyone can play an active role. We're committed to becoming a company where people feel recognized by their peers and all workers have opportunities to take on new challenges. Next, linking DE&I with Toyota Business in Asia, we set our goals to unlock the potential of members to create an environment where all individuals can thrive and contribute their best work and to better manage diverse world responding to different needs by recognizing and addressing the unique characteristics, challenges, and expectations of diverse groups within the organization, as well as the local communities. To achieve these two goals, it's essential to recognize that everyone's contribution matters, and this can be understood through three key layers within the organization. First, top management must provide a clear direction that focuses and aligns the team toward common goals. Leading by example builds trust and inspires others to follow, reinforcing the desired behaviors and values. Second, creating supporting systems and regulations by HR to enhance DE&I and ensuring effective execution by all functions. Lastly, it's crucial for all employees to understand and comply to ensure DE&I is embraced throughout the organization. For Toyota, DE&I serve as the foundation for creating an inclusive environment. Over the past 2 years, we have continuously promoted DE&I initiatives by establishing 3 minimum requirements. The first requirement is a clear and comprehensive DE&I policy that outlines our commitment and expectations. The second requirement is an effective mechanism for addressing and resolving grievances related to DE&I issues. The third requirement is an ongoing training programs focused on DE&I to enhance understanding and compliance. These requirements are fundamental to fostering an inclusive culture and ensuring that our DE&I efforts are both effective and sustainable. Our top executives are passionate about promoting DE&I, and they are fully committed to driving progress in Asia region. Start from Maeda-san, Chief Executive Officer. He committed to listen to every member's voice, so if having any issues or challenges, please feel free to discuss. Also, encourage each member to be proactive in proposing the ideas and developing concrete action plan that balances both perspectives, the companies and the employees. And Hao-san, Deputy Chief Executive Officer, he would like every employees to think from basic, actionable, and reasonable to create conducive environment where every member able to excel in the organization based on individual uniqueness. With a clear understanding of Toyota's global commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals and our objectives in Asia for implementing DE&I, let us now further advance DE&I by exploring the topic of unconscious bias. What is unconscious bias?
Unconscious biases are those impressions that exist in our unconscious mind and unknowingly inform our opinions about people. When we make judgments about people, we all have biases. We are aware of many of them, but sometimes they are completely subconscious and reflect our cultural and social experiences. No matter how unbiased we think we are, these aspects of human nature shape how we interact with people and how we make decisions. They are blind spots in our rational decision-making, and we are unaware that they exist. As one famous psychologist, Daniel Kahneman, said, "The brain is a machine for jumping to conclusions." We make judgments within seconds of meeting someone, about everything from their competence to friendliness and even honesty. If we do not counter these preconceptions, we can make mistakes that jeopardize our working relationships and hinder teamwork and creativity. We live and work in a diverse society, so we must be aware that our subconscious biases and stereotypes can affect how we think and feel about people we come into contact with.
Unconscious biases are often shaped by socialization, experiences, and cultural influences. These biases can significantly impact various aspects of our lives, including how we interact with others in the workplace. They can influence decisions related to hiring, promotions, teamwork, and daily interactions, potentially leading to unintentional discrimination or unequal treatment. Unconscious bias refers to the subconscious attitudes or stereotypes that influence our perceptions, decisions, and behaviors without us being aware of it. These biases operate beneath the surface, subtly shaping how we view and interact with others, often in ways that are inconsistent with our conscious beliefs and intentions. Recognizing and understanding unconscious bias is crucial for fostering equity and inclusivity in organizations. By being aware of these biases, individuals can take steps to mitigate their effects, ensuring fair treatment for everyone. This awareness helps create an environment where diverse perspectives are valued and where all employees have equal opportunities to succeed. Next, let us explore the types of unconscious bias. There are over 180 documented types of biases, and this number can be even higher when considering social, cultural, systemic, and other forms of bias. However, let us focus on some common examples of biases that can easily occur within the workplace.
Gender bias means treating someone differently or unfairly because of their gender. It's like treating people a certain way just because they are male, female, or don't identify with either. For example, during a meeting, a woman proposes an innovative idea to improve a company's product. However, her idea is met with skepticism and not taken seriously by her male colleagues. Later in the same meeting, a man suggests a similar idea, and suddenly it's hailed as brilliant and receives enthusiastic support from the team. Here are 3 ways to mitigate that: implementing gender-neutral job descriptions, providing equal opportunities for training and development, and encouraging mentorship programs for underrepresented genders. Racial bias means unfairly treating people differently because of their race or ethnicity. It's when people make judgments or decisions based on stereotypes or prejudices about someone's race rather than their individual qualities or actions. For example, during a regional manufacturing meeting requiring brainstorming ideas for productivity enhancement, management of the meeting have a perception or feel that a member from country A is less capable, which resulted in fewer projects for them in the future. Here is the way to mitigate. 1. Implementing cross-cultural training, especially for newcomers, to let them aware what are okay to do and what are not okay to do. 2. Continuously promote Toyota Way 2020, especially show respect for people. Age bias, also known as ageism, is when people are treated unfairly or discriminated against because of their age. This can happen to both older adults and younger people. Age bias can show up in different ways, such as making assumptions about someone's abilities based on their age. Here is 2 examples to have more understanding. 1. Assignment aspect. A new project requires integrating innovative technology. There are 2 potential candidates, one older, one younger. The project is assigned to the younger candidate based on the assumption that they are more tech-savvy than the older individual. Promotion aspect. When evaluating 2 candidates for promotion, one younger and one older, the company chooses to promote the older employee based on seniority rather than skills. The belief is that longer tenure equates to more experience and the better understanding of the company's operations compared to the newer generation. Then, to prevent this issue, here is a way to mitigate. 1. Valuing experience and fresh perspectives equally. 2. Offering continuous learning opportunities for all age groups. 3. Encouraging mixed-age working teams. And 4. Reverse mentoring by pairing up young generation with old generation to collaborate together in some project.
Confirmation bias is like wearing glasses that only let you see what you already believe. You might notice things that agree with what you already think and ignore anything that disagrees, even if it's important. It's like looking for evidence that supports your ideas and ignoring anything that doesn't fit. Here is an example. During the appraisal moderation in the manufacturing area, the manager selectively emphasized the achievements of their preferred team members, such as hitting production targets or tacked up to secure higher scores for them. The way to mitigate is encouraging a diverse panel during the appraisal moderation process.
Affinity bias, also known as similarity bias or in-group bias, refers to the tendency of people to favor others who are similar to themselves. This similarity could be based on characteristics such as university, background, interests, or experiences. An example of affinity bias in the work environment occurred in the manufacturing area. When an issue happened, a meeting was called to gather evidence. Although ideas and root causes were presented by various teams, the group leader only listened to members from their own team because they shared similarities, overlooking valuable input from others. So the way to mitigate consists of promoting diverse teams and cross-functional collaboration and establishing mentorship programs that pair diverse individuals.
The halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences our judgments about specific traits of that person. It's like when you see someone as generally good, so you automatically think they must be good at everything they do. For example, an employee is praised for their great presentation skills. Because of this, their manager rates them highly overall, even though they are only average in areas like project management, people management, and teamwork. This leads to the employee getting more chances to present and be noticed by top management compared to others. Here are 3 ways to mitigate the halo effect. 1. Separating individual attributes from overall performance assessments. 2. Encouraging 360-degree feedback. And 3. Providing equal opportunity for learning and development.
The horns effect is the opposite side of the halo effect. It happens when our overall negative impression of a person leads us to judge specific traits or abilities they have more negatively than they might deserve. For example, an employee makes a significant mistake in some data during the beginning of a presentation. After that, management feels the employee is not reliable in the overall presentation and tries to find additional mistakes rather than listening to the presentation. Here are 2 ways to mitigate the horns effect. First, providing constructive feedback and opportunities for improvement. And second, encouraging balanced and fair assessments.
Conformity bias, also known as herd mentality, is the tendency for individuals to adjust their beliefs or behaviors to match a larger group, even if they personally disagree. It involves pressure to conform to group actions or opinions rather than expressing one's own thoughts or beliefs. This bias stems from a desire to fit in, avoid conflict, or gain approval. Here is an example. A quality control team is inspecting a batch of products. Most team members quickly agree that the batch meets quality standards. One team member notices a subtle defect that could potentially cause issues later, but seeing the majority is satisfied with the batch, he hesitates to voice his concern. Then there are 3 ways to mitigate conformity bias. First, encouraging open workplace communication. Second, promoting a culture of driving curiosity and questioning. Third, consider anonymous feedback or utilization of third parties.
Beauty bias, also known as appearance bias or lookism, refers to the tendency to favor people who are perceived as attractive over those who are perceived as less attractive. For example, imagine 2 people applying for the same job. One person is considered conventionally attractive, and the other is not. Even if both have similar qualifications, the interviewer might unintentionally favor the attractive person, perceiving them as more capable because of their looks. And here are 2 ways to mitigate beauty bias. 1. Focusing on qualifications and performance rather than appearance. And 2. Utilize panel platforms to make decisions rather than depending on an individual person. After learning about many types of unconscious bias, You might wonder what the benefits of unconscious bias training are. Simply put, let's explain based on two main categories: general benefits and benefits for Toyota. Start from general benefits. Number 1. Attract diverse talent by promoting an inclusive environment. Unconscious bias training helps attract a wide range of talented individuals. Number 2. Lead to fair decision-making. Training helps ensure that decisions are made based on merit and not influenced by biases. Number 3. Foster creativity and innovation. A diverse and inclusive workplace encourages a variety of perspectives, leading to more creative and innovative solutions. Number 4. Improve employee engagement. When employees feel valued and respected, they are more likely to be engaged and committed to their work. Number 5. Increase productivity. An inclusive environment supports better teamwork and collaboration, leading to higher productivity. Number 6. Boost company revenue. By leveraging diverse talents and perspectives, companies can drive growth and enhance their competitive edge. Now let us explore the benefits of addressing unconscious bias for Toyota. First, directly contributing to our mission. Unconscious bias training supports Toyota's mission of producing happiness for all, as all employees are able to express their thoughts, feelings, and ideas effectively, authentically, and without fear of judgment or rejection for who they are. Second, as Toyota is on the phase of transition towards a mobility company, fostering innovation begins with a culture of respect, where every voice is valued and diverse perspectives are embraced. By encouraging open collaboration and listening to all ideas, we create an environment where creativity thrives and breakthroughs are made possible. In summary, please keep in mind 3 simple steps in your workplace. 1. Remember, every individual is unique. 2. Emphasize the impact of unconscious bias on decision-making and interactions. 3. Action. Let's make change in our daily operation to ensure an inclusive workplace. Lastly, here is a keynote. When you ignore unconscious bias, you ignore diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DE&I.